We are, though, into the heart of the Atlantic hurricane season. This one has been dominated entirely by the strengthening El Niño. That's true across both basins, but we've still got a lot of season left to go. And what should be, the climatology tells us, improving conditions over on the Atlantic side. So let's head on over to Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross. He's here with us in studio for the latest. Bryan, we've got some inklings way out there in the forecast models, right? And right when you would expect them at this point in the season.
Yeah, this is getting to be the busy time of the season. Dr. Bill Gray used to ring the bell on the 20th of August, says that this is it. It's time the season is going to start. And here we are. Is this going to be the one to really kick it off? Well, we'll see. The National Hurricane Center says this system just moving off of Africa today has a 60% chance of developing into at least a tropical depression. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a complicated system because obviously it has a long way to go. And as you've seen this whole hurricane season, the weather environment over the tropical Atlantic is not really totally conducive, but reasonably conducive, so that's why they have 60% on it. Let's look at it close up, and you can see two things to see here. One is there's moisture with it. It's a pretty big system, has a reasonable amount of moisture, and it also has pretty good spin with it already. Usually when systems move off of Africa and become tropical systems over the Atlantic, it takes them a while to get their spin going. Well, this one already has that. But the thing about spin is it's going to bring air down from the north, and that's reasonably dry up there, so that's one of the things that's going to make the going a little tough here as it goes forward. National Hurricane Center has this huge area, potential development area there, where it could develop into at least a depression. The thinking here is that maybe it gets going in here somewhere before the dry air and the hostile level winds make it tougher over in here. And then we have big question marks what happens when we get down here toward the end. But that's all the way like in the next weekend and next week, so way into the future. So let's talk about it in the shorter term, and then I'll give you some hints here about the future or the uncertain future coming up. So there we are. You see the dark green means moisture in the model. This is the Saharan dust up here and the dry air, very dry air, obviously. Well, this is what's killed off the systems so far this year. That's going to be a player here. But this does have a moist corridor moving over as it moves on off to the west toward the island. So watch the time up here in the upper left, and here we go. So now there's Tuesday, Wednesday, and you see it's moving forward, and you see the dry air wrapping around. Look, dry air wrapping into here, dry air wrapping up here. That's going to make it tough to get going, but maybe there's enough there that it closes off a center, and the National Hurricane Center can call that a tropical depression. So we'll see. Going forward, Friday, Saturday, now to Sunday, and here's where the model has it up here. But notice, look at the wind flow. It doesn't have a circulation, so if it did before, now that's kind of come apart. The dry air has gummed up the works, so to speak, and we end up with a system obviously turning north before the islands. So if it does get pretty gummed up, it's more likely to do that. If it can stay south, tap into that moisture, maybe it goes farther west over here. As a matter of fact, the afternoon run of this European model, that's what it shows. But let's look at the set of models here just to give you an idea of these various possibilities. Look up here. The blue ones are the Google AI models. They're updated here, and they're showing it farther west. So I don't want anybody in the islands to say, oh, this thing is turning north. Don't worry. It's just too early to know because it has everything to do with how strong it gets early in its process on how far north it lifts. If it stays weak, it's more likely to come farther west. Google says more likely closer to the islands. The European, this is from earlier today, is spread out all over the place here. So if it's in this area here, again, gets more concerning. And then you have the European AI model is all in here. So this, let me put it this way. Next weekend, we're going to focus on that and see where it looks like it's going to be, because that's going to tell us a lot about what might happen as we move forward into next week. There's just too many possibilities now, but some indicate a strengthening storm moving north in some fashion. let's see. Okay, here's the other factor that's involved is the upper level winds. Look at this, are very strong, but is there a gap in here that it could sneak through and survive and become something up to the north? It's just too early to tell. This is the El Nino barrier there that it's going to have to navigate. But it's not always solid and not always there all the time. So we'll see. Okay, let's look what else is going on in the Atlantic. This is up to the north by Bermuda. Maybe a few showers in Bermuda, that's it. This might move north and pretty much has to do it today if it's going to develop into a tropical depression or tropical storm. It doesn't look like it. The Hurricane Center has 50% on it right now. So anyway, it's not going to affect land. There it is close up, and you can kind of make out the circulation in there, but notice it's kind of a ragged thing, and the upper level winds are not ideal, but there's just enough maybe of a circulation there for it to spin up. All right, let's take a look at the development area, and you can see that it's going to move on up to the north and not be a factor for land. So the only question is whether it can develop 40-mile-an-hour winds, and these northern Atlantic storms quite often can do that. It might steal the name Dolly, and then we would go to Edouard for the next one. But I would say 50% is a generous number from what we're seeing there this afternoon. Okay, let's look in the Pacific because it's a madhouse there. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 storms going right now. The good thing is none of them are affecting land or are likely to affect land. And some of these are going to be significant hurricanes. But this is El Nino and that marine heat wave we've been talking about all year at work, Ian. I was trying to determine if that's a record in the Pacific to have 7 going at the same time. I mean, I doubt it's a record, but it would be in record territory.
It's a big number.
It's a big number.
It's busy. But yeah, I had said to Bob Van Dillen earlier, it's nice that the reason that it feels glorious outside here in the Northeast, that keeps 95 LOA. So, I mean, that's not a headache. Eyeball test, unscientifically, that wave that came off the west coast of Africa, that feels like the best looking one we've had so far this season.
Yeah, I think so. And it also has that moist corridor in front of it. And the Saharan dust, even though it looked pretty formidable on the model, if you look at the dust analysis, seems to be less than it has been. So, which you would expect for this time of August. Usually by the middle of August, there are breaks in it, and that's why hurricane season can normally crank up.
Right. It's about time for that to hit the road, or at least the density to thin out some, and we watch and we wait. And you can be sure we'll keep you updated right here on Fox Weather. That's our hurricane specialist, Bryan Norcross. Bryan, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Ian.